there are packages, there is an AWOL letter that has been rediscovered. We shall get into that. News, what's going on? I have finally really started my end of the year build. I had all sorts of ambitious builds planned for this year, and then this year happened. But I am going to get my end of the year build done. I thought it was going to be a lot more complicated than it may end up being. I may end up doing two versions of it. The super complicated one that I had originally planned, and then the simpler one that might actually get done by the end of the year. Hopefully I'll get it done sooner than all of my previous end of the year builds, and we'll actually be able to get some really good footage of it in action. I have plans. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Other than that, surviving. Obviously you saw I did a Goodwill run with Sergeant Deplorable. There are potential plans for a Black Friday run with hopefully a couple of members of the crew, and there should be shenanigans. Shenanigans shall abound. And now for the questions. Moonchild Hobby asks, would you like to see a Nerf Texas Star? I would love a Nerf Texas Star. Like an actual really functional one. I'm not sure how easy that would be able to do with targets that would be light enough to actually be knocked off by a Nerf dart. If it would still be able to function properly, but I would love to see one if somebody could design one. That would be really cool. Voidwalker. Captain, what color are your eyes? I believe the general term used to describe the eye color that I have is hazel, but I've also been told that they change colors depending on my mood and what I'm wearing. So, yeah. Alex Price. What would you do if your toys came to life, like in Toy Story? Probably run screaming. I actually had nightmares about this when I was a kid when the movie came out, because all of my most of my minifigures are in pieces, organized in bins, and that would just be a scotch macabre, you know, a bin of heads, and a bin of arms, and a bin of legs, and plus by this point all of my minifigs have been switched around, and who knows what hand is on what body and what head is on what torso, and it would be awkward, I think. But that's also how they were designed, so maybe they're cool with it. Still, it made me wonder. Blake Schneider. I would like to know how you stay motivated to continue with the Nerf hobby. Well, all of this helps. Keeping it interesting. Going to lots of different events, expanding it, meeting all of the people. The fact that Nerf is such a hugely varied hobby, everything from, you know, two kids in the backyard tagging each other with jolts, all the way up to things like Afterworlds and End War and all of that. It just keeps, it doesn't get boring because there's so much to do. And as long as you get involved in it as much as possible, you can keep it interesting. You can also just play casually and just go to, you know, one war every couple of months and that'd be good enough for you. Or you can go all in and be trying to do something every weekend. There's probably enough to do, and if not, you can organize it yourself. So, yeah, that's my advice. Travis G.A. Can this be the last question before you throw the paper at the camera? It can. It's not, because this was the 5th question, and the question before the throw is the 10th, or the 20th, because it's 10 per page. So your timing was off. Terribly sorry. I mean, I could have rearranged it, but I'm not going to. Also, what are your thoughts on binging with Babish? Never heard of it, so I have no thoughts. What is it? What? Why? What? Who? I could Google it, but, no. Cameron Stevens, do you have a pet? No. The Great Saxtonian. Where did the term/call of Bangarang originate? I got it from the movie Hook. It was the battle cry and general affirmation of the Lost Boys. And that seems so very, very fitting for the auxiliary because so many of us are older fellows like myself who refuse to grow up. A.J. Radinsky. Would you take a commission if it were for a video instead of a blaster or other type of gear? Depend on the commission. I mean, that's actually true of blasters. I mean, the right commission comes along, I might take it. I'm just in general not taking commissions because I don't have the time or energy. Komodo, King of the Dragons. Have you ever played or heard of Sid Meier's Pirates? Yes, I played Sid Meier's Pirates the month it came out, and I have played it ever since. I still play it. I have it on Steam. It's a fantastic game. I love it. Lane Prather. Do you have any outdoor activities you enjoy besides Nerf? Yes. Yes, I do. I have a number of them. Not even close. Not even close. Losing my hand. Ironcraft 183. What is your favorite Nerf ammo type? Titan rockets. Definitely Titan rockets. Not because they're practical, but because they're huge and neat, and I like them. For practical purposes, rival. Komodo King of the Dragons again. Do you ever make Eggs Benedict? I have not. I've had Eggs Benedict, and I enjoy Eggs Benedict, but I've never mastered the making of them. D Animal 4114. Possibly Danimal. I'm going to say Danimal. Danimal 4114. What is your favorite Busby blaster? The Sentinel. What is your opinion on X-Shot blasters? They're getting better. They're definitely getting better. Some of the early ones, and some of the ones they have are kind of meh. But that's to be expected. But they're rapidly catching up, and some of the stuff they have is actually absolutely excellent. Especially the X-Shot rival blasters were really fantastic. So they're getting their game together. A boring guy. What is the current state of the Pigeon Mark 8 on the wall? It is unchanged. It is on the wall as it has been for many, many moons. I do now have all of the parts to put the internals in it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Gustav. What blasters and or melee weapon would you recommend for a pirate loadout? Well, the Busby flintlock pistol is actually quite good for that. It's got horrible range and almost no mod capability. There's some. But, I mean, if you're simulating that type of combat, you're going to be close range anyway. There are now someone has designed a 3D printed one that is absolutely gorgeous. I have one that was custom made for me that is absolutely gorgeous, pirate style musket looking things. They can be made, something along those lines. And for a melee, either a cutlass or an axe, you know, because that's generally what they use. They did also actually would use boarding pikes or harpoons, so something along those lines. Maybe some bombs. Foam bombs. Nathan Talisian. Would you consider doing some cosplay of one of your D&D characters for Halloween before trimming your beard? No. Mostly because I don't. Oh, that would be a lot of work because they generally wore armor in types that I don't have and had like wings or stuff. So no. Dr. X427. Least favorite historical period? Probably now, honestly. I mean, it's just a dreadful time. There have been worse, but, well... I mean, there have been worse times to be alive, definitely, depending on who you were. I mean, there's never been a particularly horrible time to be a middle-class, straight white guy, so, I mean... It's hard to complain for me personally, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now that's pretty gonna be interesting to look at in a history book 100 years from now. They're gonna look back at this time and just be like, what? Yeah. NH play all day. For someone who does not use their Nerf blaster a lot but still want high performance, do they go with Lipo or IMR IFR route? Lipo. If you have the resources, there is no reason to not go Lipo. The biggest reason why people don't is resources. And even then, you're honestly better off saving your resources until you can afford it, because it really isn't that much more expensive when you get right down to it. And it's definitely cheaper in the long run to just to take the jump to Lipo. The batteries will last longer, you'll get better performance, you won't have to replace them, they're less dangerous. Well, if used correctly, they're generally potentially less dangerous. It also depends on the level of performance you're going for. If you want really high performance, you have to go Lipo. You can't get really good performance out of our IMR, IFR, relay if you want the really good stuff. So definitely Lipo. Just make the plunge. Take the train. John Hamilton. fiery fiance would like to know what mythical creature you would like to have. A genie. But, like, a benevolent genie, not one of the malicious monkey paw genies where whatever you wish for, they find the worst possible way to implement it. More like, you know, the blue genie from Aladdin. You know. Something like that. Because I wouldn't want something that was a pet, because there's a reason I don't have a pet. So I wouldn't want a mythical pet. Like, I'd like a dire wolf. Right now I have to feed a dire wolf. That would be a downside. What do you feed a phoenix? They could be useful. No. I don't know if a genie really qualifies as a mythical creature, because they're sentient, and so I don't know I'd want to use the word creature to describe a genie. Maybe one of those, a salamander? One of those little cute fire salamanders that you can put in your fireplace, and you just feed it fuel and it stays happy. I could give it Amazon boxes all day long, and it would be, you know, just peachy. That would be lovely. And John Hamilton's question: what would be your wrist blaster 2.5? If Out of Darts would ever release the Mount Olympus, I would like to make a bracer that just had Picatinny rail on it, so I could mount a Mount Olympus to a bracer, and then have a triggering system similar to my dual flamethrowers, but much lower profile, and then have that go to a proton pack. That would be pretty spiffy. And last of all, Barasta. You make so many inspiring Nerf stuff. What is your least successful project or biggest regret? Ooh, biggest regret. Let's go that one. Yeah, biggest regret. Probably not getting counseling sooner in life. I finally did have a traumatic enough event that I sought out counseling, but I was like 30 or 31. And definitely should have gotten it a lot sooner. I probably would have led a much happier, healthier life and hurt fewer people if I had. That's a bummer of a last note. Let's go back to the other question. Least successful project. I had some early projects that failed fairly spectacularly because I had no idea what I was doing. I tried making my own Nerf bazooka before I built the Drain Blaster. I tried building my own tank. That did not go well because I didn't have the tools or the knowledge. I tried doing I think it was I don't know if I was trying to do a Titan. I was trying to put something into a long shot. It was an air tank of some kind. I don't think it was a Titan though. I think it was a 4B, a Busby Blast bazooka. Never did get it working. After that, I started getting pretty good at modding, so I haven't had a whole lot of major failures lately. I've had them. And, you know, every once in a while I'll revisit an old project that failed and see if I can make it work again, and sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. But yeah, don't get discouraged. Keep trying. All right, come on. Let's see if we can nail this one. Whiffed it to the right again. I swear there's an air current in here. Okay, now to the loot. There's some fun package today. Right, and now for the loot. We shall start with a letter. This is one that I've had this one for a while, and it got lost. It fell into the side pocket of my car, and I found it while cleaning it out. So I'm hoping this is the one that was mentioned. It would appear to be, as there are 3D printed stuff involved. All right, let's see what we got. Well, we have what appear to be patches. Very thick. They've got a tall edge along the outside. One with the auxiliary logo, and one with a root beer mug. That one's definitely going on my gear. They even sent Velcro to attach it. So that is super cool. Obviously, I don't wear an auxiliary patch because I'm not in the auxiliary. I'm in the crew. But I like that design. That's solid. I like the style. All right, here we have a $1 bill with a question on it. What is your favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Ooh.
Probably this. I liked the second one. I recently acquired Disney Plus, and I intend to rewatch them all while playing Sid Meier's Pirates. So I may have to re-answer this later once I've seen them all again. I have seen them all, but I don't remember which ones are which, honestly. Now I can't think of whether it's the second or the third one that I'm thinking of. I think it's the second one. It's the one where the pirates vote and then take on the ship of the line. Just watching Beckett explode was good stuff. Alright. Oh, look at that. Fancy. Ah, here we go. A new. Dear Captain Xavier, I have been a fan of yours for a while, and I finally thought it was time for me to send you something. In this envelope, you will find this letter, one 3D printed auxiliary logo patch, one 3D printed with my logo. I like to call it the Drunken Tankard. Oh, I see. Yes, very nice. Sticky back Velcro for patches, and a crisp $1 bill. I plan to send you more things in the future. You may request something to be made, but let it be known I am new to 3D modeling, so after this plague ends, I'm thinking of starting a Nerf club. Good plan. I have all game modes and rules figured out, but finding a place to play have proven itself to be the difficult task. That generally is. Location is generally the most difficult part. I've watched your video on how to start a Nerf club, but I'm still having trouble. If you could help, it would be very much appreciated. Love your videos. I hope you are having a great day. Bangerang. Admiral Greer. Grier? Cool. I like the logo. That is a good logo, sir. Yeah, location is the most difficult part. You can reach out to your local Parks and Rec and find out if there are any locations that they allow. You can also occasionally talk if there is a college in your town, a community college or something. They often will have some facilities that can be used by the public. You can also talk to the City Hall. And see if they have any locations for events, public event locations. You can also talk to companies, businesses. They might be willing to allow their space to be used in exchange for, being for something. You never know. Schools, you can often talk to schools. They might be allow you to use, say, the playground or the general area around the school after hours once it's closed. You can do a lot of fun stuff on some high school campuses or elementary school campuses if there's lots of buildings or playgrounds or stuff like that. City parks are also often an option. Golf courses, there's generally somewhere that you can play. You just need to get permission, and as long as you are doing Nerf, which people generally consider to be safe, you're not going to damage the property, and you can explain, yes, we will be picking up all of our darts, we won't be leaving a mess, those things are expensive, we want them back. It's not like airsoft or paintball where you're going to leave a mess or you might damage stuff or you might hurt people, passersby. So it's generally a little bit easier, especially if you make it clear. And if you're a little bit more organized, if you actually can say, yes, here is our club, here is our website, here is our rules, here is the styles of games we're going to be running, it is going to be organized, it is going to be open to the community, that will generally make people a little more likely to allow it as opposed to some random person saying, hey, I want to, me and a bunch of people want to run around and make a mess. Yeah, talk to people. You never know what they will and will not be willing to do. I dig it. That is cool stuff. All right, let's take a look at this one from Boomstick. This one looks lovely. I have a vague notion of one of the things that's in here, but this is way too large a package, I think, for just that one item. So I suspect there's more awesomeness in here than just that, because that's how Boomstick do. There's also probably stuff for other locals, because he tends to send stuff to all of us. Dear Captain Xavier, I understand the main complaint with Bionicle is that it doesn't fit the system. I've included a Lego set that combines the world of Bionicle with the system build style. I hope you enjoy this Lego set, bridging the worlds of Bionicle and system, and if you find that you enjoy them, I'd be happy to send you some more sets I have lying around. I love it! Send me all of it! I haven't even looked at it yet. I have also included a stock for your Spring Thunder with appropriate hardware. The Titan rockets I've included... Titan rockets are unfortunately not been stored the best, but I thought you might be able to repair them and give them a good home. I look forward to seeing more content and sending you more package. Once the plague is gone, I'd like to speak to you about bringing to the East Coast for a largest PBF event in Maryland. Until then, I wish you safety and happiness, and continue being you. Sincerely, Boomstick. I would love to come back and play again in Maryland. I've been there once on my way to the PSU event, and I would love to go back. Titan rockets. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, Lord have mercy. He sent me all the Titan rockets in all the land. Oh, I have a couple of this guys. Well, those had led a rough life. I have no doubt that I can repair them. I have all of the stuff. I have the files somewhere for a thin jig, but I never actually got it printed. Yeah, those have led a rough life. But all these ones, that's the what? That's actually fairly genius. But I have ways of making better ones. It hasn't gone all the way through, so... Oh, see? My favorite ammo type, right there. And then, look, 3 of them. And then some of the homemades. Lovely. You spoil me, sir. Alright, we have the food pack. I love that set. We have a bunch of the creepy bionicle bug creatures. Oh, more of the creepy. How many are there? Interesting. So yeah, there's some system stuff in here. The Vizirac Battle Ram. Interesting. Very interesting. That will make that'll make a very unique and a bag of cutlasses. Sweet. That'll make a very interesting Lego by the book, because I've never done any Bionicle before, so that looks pretty cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. And a random fin. And the stock with all of the necessary hardware. Cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, I can just take the back cap off, and that attaches on. How do you then put the cap back on? I will figure it out. I shall figure it out. Most excellent. Finn, thank you ever so much. Boomstick. Definitely want to come out and visit. I believe starting next year I get another week of vacation, and so I'm wanting to do that week-long trip to Europe. I'm wanting to do a week-long trip to Australia, and I was planning to do a week-long trip through the Northeast. Probably hit, I want to go New Jersey, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and then possibly even further up, because a number of people have requested it, so I'm hoping I can schedule all of that probably around the PSU Invitational or End War, and around seeing if anyone's willing to host events that close to End War, or around it, or after it, or near it, or what have you. And I don't know, maybe just, bum around and meet people. Should be fun. Okay, let's take a look at this poor, bedraggled package. It has led a very rough life. Fragile. Yes, it's Italian. Well, whoever handled this, be cautious when opening box. Fragile. We'll see. We shall see. Hopefully, it's not busted. A note! Read first. Loot later. Oh, fiddlesticks, sir. You're not the boss of me. Oh no, it's stuck. Aha, we're good. Alright. Dearest Captain X, I'll keep this short and brief. Will you now? Hopefully. First of all, I hope this package and letter finds you on a good day. I am having a fabulous time. And a good health. Well, I'm not dead. So, there's that. I hope it's not too damp or hot in your part of the country. The weather is fantastic right now. beautiful fall weather. It's not as damp, it's not hot, I love it. Secondly, I would like to ask a couple of questions, which are below. If you could wield any fantasy genre sword or weapon, including lightsabers, what would it be, and why? Probably a lightsaber, actually. But only if I got to then have force powers as well, because using a lightsaber without force powers would probably result in me cutting my own leg off. Yeah. Either that or a Star Destroyer. Does that count as a fantasy weapon? 2. Do you have a favorite superhero movie? If so, what is it? Favorite superhero movie? Oh. No, there really isn't one that absolutely stands out to me. Honestly. Endgame was pretty amazing. But I don't know that I would say it was my favorite. And 3, other than Sprecher, what is your favorite exotic root beer? Exotic ones. I'm a big fan of Thomas Kemper, IBC. I've had so many now, I can't even remember them all. I'm not sure what would qualify as exotic. Virgil's. I used to have a whole keg of Virgil's. That was pretty good. Another train coming in. They'll be here any second now. Thirdly, I would like to talk about something a little more serious. You have inspired a lot of people to not only get into the Nerf community, but also showed a lot of people how to modify blasters for various reasons. Whether those reasons are for performance or simply cosmetic, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you have been a good role model for a lot of people, and for that, I just wanted to say thanks. Your videos have helped me get through some hard times in the time since I found your channel. So again, thanks for doing what you're doing. Well, you are welcome. That is one of the reasons that I do keep doing it, is that it does seem to be helping people. Lastly, I would like to talk about what is in the box that came with this letter. If you want to be surprised, skip to the end, otherwise the contents are as follows. I am going to skip to the end. I will conclude this letter by saying thank you again for everything you do. I look forward to the new content from your channel, as well as possible meeting you and the crew in the future. Bangarang! Sincerely, Dustin Bergen, aka General Ace. P.S. If you enjoy those sodas I sent you, let me know and I will send more your way in the future. They're non-alcoholic, so you should enjoy them. Well, all right. Let's see what we have in here. It led a rough life. What's this? Is this a note? No, that is garbage. Stuff. Aha! We have something that has been duct taped shut. There's that train. It appears to be a can of something. It is Rampant Lion Root Beer. Oh, that is just fantastic looking. I am having that with dinner. Oh, yes. And I'm keeping that can. Red Dragon Cream Soda. Oh, that is so cool. And they're 16 ounce too. Nice. What else do we have in here? We have happiness. Oh, it's an Iron Man pack with a whole bunch of different Iron Mans. Check that out. That is going to be another fun. It is not Lego, but I don't care. It'll make an excellent display piece. Very, very cool. Alright. What did he actually have to say about them in the note, in case I'm missing something? Let's make sure we found everything. Bootleg Iron Man Lego for display purposes. The same set you and I talked about in Messenger. 1 can of root beer, 1 can of cream soda, brewed and canned in my home state of South Dakota. They are best served cold. Okay, well, I will chill them for dinner. Well, one of them anyway. The other one I will probably have possibly tomorrow. So, excellent. That will be a neat display in the Lego room. I'm having to find more display space because I get sent really cool stuff, and I don't want to just tear it apart for the parts and toss it in the bin because I don't need the parts like I used to, and I'd rather put the stuff that people have sent me on display. So I'm looking for places where I can put more shelves and put more display things on, and that definitely needs to go on a display stage. So thank you ever so much. Love those root beers. Those look fantastic. Rampant Lion. What are your thoughts? Looks delicious. You can't have any. You're too young. All right. Package. Package. Dubious. Sounds broken. Note! Dear Captain Xavier, in the fashion of your goodwill runs, I was at a local thrift store and saw a young child and their sibling walking at their parents with a rapid strike and demolisher. I took both. Kidding. I actually heard the parents say to the kids that both were broken and to put them back on the shelf. I politely asked the parents if I could help and looked at both of the blasters. I explained and taught the parents that the rapid strike was only broken because it didn't have a mag and wouldn't rev without it. I used my fingers to hold the locks and show them that. The demolisher looked like it had a dart stuck inside that would require disassembly to remove. They decided to only get the rapid strike. I found a flip fury for the other kid who was very happy with. I decided to buy the demolisher myself to keep the other parents from thinking the same thing, and actually found there were 3 darts mashed together that needed removed. I am including in the box, other than my neat story about teaching others. That is a very cool story. That is very. I've done that a couple of times as well, or been in like the Nerf Island Walmart, and you know, they weren't sure what to get, and so I was able to give them advice. Parts from blasters that I've disassembled and hope you could add to the parts for the makerspace. I also have some Nerf Wii parts that are your colors and a couple of arrows in your colors. I also included a clip from a Busby blaster I believe is hard to find, and I couldn't find the blaster to anywhere. Lastly, I've included a type of happiness. It's a Lego case. I found 2, which I'm keeping one for myself. Good plan. And planning on adding some padding inside to create a neat dueling pistol case with some breech loading blasters like maybe the Ion Fire. And then I get finished, I will happily take some pictures for you to add to an episode of Fan Builds. Always waiting, lol, Elder Guardian. Most excellent. So yeah, Wii stuff in my colors. And that bat I could probably actually use as a melee weapon. Hold on. I wish to see the thing. Yeah, that's soft enough for melee. Just a little bonk, take that. Ooh, yeah. The ones in my colors. Very nice. They've been a bit. Ooh, a deploy breach. Very nice. Deploy mag well. Springs. He sent me a spring bin. Check that out. That is a lot of good springs in there. I'll have to add that to my own. And here is the Lego case. Okay. Cylinders, bits and bobs, barrel attachment point. Can never have too many of those. Very nice, very nice. A screw bin! The man has sent me a whole screw bin. Oh, there are some good stuff. Oh wow, O-rings, screws are a description. I'll have to get those, again, get those integrated into mine. Another breach. This one actually has the breach. And some random, oh, yep. Oh! I don't know that I had one of these on the, in my collection. That is a weird cylinder. Just a weird cylinder. I dig it. There's those. Here's the. Yeah, that's a weird one. I'm not sure which that one is too. I probably have it. Probably like the Cougar or something like that. One of those. Random springs. Very good. This is how the spring bin grows. Well, that is a very, very nice barrel attachment lugs. Miscellaneous plungers and piping. Excellent! A double strike barrel system. Very nice. Good parts, yes. These are all excellent parts that will go into the appropriate drawers. I have drawers for all of these kinds of parts for here in the makerspace for when that gets started. That is going into my gear just as a melee weapon because I like it. I don't know about the racket or the golf club. Oh, well, the golf club, how... Nah, I think that might be a little much. Might be a little much. But the bat I don't mind. I will carry that and club people with it, and it will be hilarious. Train? Another train? How long has that train been there? Alright, what do we got? We have this one, which came from, I don't know where, but it's got a customs form, so it came from overseas somewhere. It apparently contains hard drives, RAM, broken cameras, DS parts, and a motherboard? Who is sending me computer parts from overseas? There had better be a note in here. I have questions. Good Lord. A Windows 10 development board for everything. Okay. Yep. RAM, processors, USB. That is a tiny motherboard. A heatsink. More circuit parts. A stack of CDs. Canon drivers. The man has sent me Canon drivers. Okay. What? More random discs. Hard drives. Do they work? Random 80 gig hard drive. Okay. An iPod! You know, I never owned an iPod. I don't know if it works. Probably not. Lens cap. Why are you mailing me? Is this a zero client of some kind? A thin client? It sure looks like one. Yep, Z83. Phone cases for phones I'm pretty sure I don't own. Nope, definitely don't own one of those. I do have a very similar case coming, though. What? Apparently a broken camcorder, just what I needed. Don't know how I managed this long in my life without one. Seems very similar to one I have, actually. Full HD. Another camera. And I don't know what's in here. More stuff. What's going on here? What? Explain yourself. Why are you mailing me random computer bits? That seems strange. Is this a smuggling operation I don't know about? Is there sensitive information on these hard drives? Am I going to be visited by the NSA? Explain yourself. I didn't see a note. I have no idea what's going on. This might have not even been meant for me, because it's got my name on it, so that would be odd. Huh. Dear Captain Xavier, I have some stuffs for you, which I don't want these anymore. There's some hard drives, some RAM, some DS parts, computer parts. You can fix these and enjoy. By the way, I'm saving up for a gaming PC too. How about you? What's your savings? Regard, cracked.2 Razzle. Huh. It's weird. I'm saving up to continue to remodel my house and eventually expand things here at the Makerspace. So that's what my money is being saved for. I already have a gaming computer. I did recently upgrade the video card, and should have done that a long time ago, because Lord, did that make a difference. we have one last package. We have a package from Daniel Dillman. Oh yes, it sounds of happiness. And in fact it has an explanation on the outside. Happiness, noun. 1, quality or condition of being happy. 2, the state of pleasure, contentment of mind, deep pleasure in or contentment with one's circumstances. 3, successful or felicitous attitude, fitness, suitability, or appropriateness. Felicity. 4, the accumulation of Lego or Lego branded items by legal means and gifts from random people around the world. And that is quite definitely my definition of happiness. So let's see what we have in here. We have a note. Hello, Captain! Thought you might enjoy a smidge of happiness. The next package is going to be special, though. I bought you the redacted, as well as one of those redacted, that you can put redacted in. I sent you an email asking about the redacted and basically whether you accept those. I'll just send those with everything else. So it might be a larger package than normal. I'm not sure how big the redacted is. I'll find out when it gets here. I hope that doesn't take the surprise factor away, giving you all the details. Hope you are staying safe with the wildfires. They are gone. There are no more fires in this area. It's clear. It rained for a couple of weeks. And healthy. Bangarang train! Actually, is still a train going by. Dan. Native and Continite, Sprecher, Rootbeer, Drinker, Halo fan, Nerf herder. Who you calling scruffy looking? You, sir! You. That is who. Alright. Let's do this. Oh! A Han Solo pistol. Very nice. Thus the scruffy looking references. Very nice. I like it. We have crazy action contraptions. Oh, looks like it's all rubber band powered gear gizmos. Very cool. Very cool. Super cool. Yeah. Neat. That will be a fun one to tinker with. My trash. A random bag missing. Gray flat. Correct plume flag post. Is this what I think? Oh dear Lord. He got me the Forestman's Hideout. This is, I think, the second oldest Lego set I remember having. I built this so many times as a kid. I currently, you sir. That is amazing. And, is this a set or looks like random parts? Even better, random parts. And a bag. That looks like it's a set. Maybe. Maybe they both are. There's no explanation, though. It could be. I'll have to check. And a bin, which contains more what appear to be random parts. More random vintage parts. Horses and boats. Horses and boats. And a bag of vintage minis. Wow. Yeah, wow. That is Black Falcon's original Imperial Guard, including the Admiral. More Black Falcons. More random pirates. There's a Captain Redbeard. There's Black. That's got to be Blacktron. Nope, it's old police. There's gold. There's a peasant. There's... Wow. That is amazing. Plus, that is cool. I always love these little bins. Sir, you continue to amaze me with your acquisition of vintage Lego. I mean, you can tell just by looking at the parts that these are old parts. I'm really curious about these two because they look like they're... This looks like it might be part of a police station, maybe? And this one looks like some kind of a spaceship. There can't be too many sets that had that many, that have those particular parts in them, so... Especially that red part. I'm gonna have to do some research on those ones. Alright. I have so much Lego. Okay. Behave yourself. Once again, you are all amazing. You people send me the most amazing things, and it really does make me happy. I keep saying that, and now you've seen it in official definition form. The amount of happiness I get from being the fact that I now get sent random. Like, wait, this I almost missed this. What is this? What? There is some malarkey here. There is a hootenanny taking place. I happen to know that Mr. Dillman enjoys in bamboozling me from time to time. It looks like, oh, aha! Some vintage instructions. That is not that set, though. Nope, those are definitely different parts. Oh, vintage posters. See, all Lego sets used to come with one of these, and it had, you know, a bunch of the other sets that existed for that line, and then there'd be stuff from other lines. And they were, you put them on your wall. They're good art. They always had a great diorama set up. I used to have just dozens of them all over, plastered all over my walls. And I don't know if I still have them. I think I do, and I want to put them on display. I think this was just, he mentioned that he'd gotten a hold of some vintage instructions. And that is just cool. Oh, there's one more. I missed one. Oh, yeah. Neat catapult. I built one where that wasn't on wheels. This one's on wheels. I'll have to build that one too. Very, very cool. Such classy stuff. You people outdo yourselves. You are amazing and awesome, and I appreciate it so very, very much. I cannot tell you how much that one. Alright. As always, you are amazing. Thank you guys for watching.